Welcome to another episode of No Cap Bri-shap Show with your host, Josh Staub. Today we are going to watch Brian debate a African-American individual on George Floyd and the police and a whole bunch of stuff that's going to piss you off because I know it made my blood pressure go through the roof. And it's really windy, so there's a lot of fun, annoying audio issues. And let's just dive on in it, boys.
Why are you asking me about black culture?
I'm asking you because what you're saying is that it was tragic that he was shot. I don't find it tragic. I find it to be, unfortunately, very poetic that these things would happen. This is unfortunate that we have a community of black people that glorify this crime and criminality. No, I really don't. I don't have any sympathy for these people. You want to know why? You want to know why, Brian? Because I grew up seeing these people and how they act and how they behave and the paths they take. And I've seen the black people that avoid these paths like these men and actually take a different path. That's what I've seen, Brian. That's
you don't support criminals. You don't support criminals, then? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, my God. It's not even a fun prediction to make anymore. I mean, we all know who he's going to say, right? Let's say it together. 1, 2, Don.
You voted for a 34-count felon.
Yeah, because he's the closest thing to my interest. The closest thing to what
you don't like
believe,
criminals. Why would you vote for a criminal, then?
I probably wouldn't vote for a violent felon to be president. You can't draw a parallel between a made-up 34-count felon versus a violent felon. There's obviously a distinction there. George Floyd was a violent criminal. If you've seen his criminal history, it's mostly violent offenses.
I really don't care about the person. Listen, I don't care about voting Democrat or Republican. I'm going to vote for whatever's going to get my views and my beliefs and my worldview pushed to the forefront, and that's way better.
What has he done to help black people in the year and a half he's been in office?
He is such a manipulative S of a B. He's intentionally setting the goalpost for the first year and a half because we were talking about his first term. There was nothing but benefits for black people, like record low unemployment pre-COVID, investment incentives in low-income black neighborhoods, the First Step Act, permanent funding for historically black colleges, prison reform and second chances, and school choice.
He gave the biggest tax breaks to the top 1%. The people that are struggling in this country are the ones that are living paycheck to paycheck. It's one of the whitest administrations in American history.
Bruh. One of the whitest administrations in American history? Like, we're just going to ignore the first 100 years of administrations? What?
I'm very ethnocentric, very racial when it comes to this viewpoint, that an American can only be defined by two people: Americans, white Americans, and black Americans.
Well, I mean, I don't look at color when trying to have conversations with people.
Somehow that's the most egregious lie that he's told during this video.
Going back to the George Floyd stuff, in my opinion, almost everything that you've talked about is irrelevant to those 9 minutes.
Brian, I brought up how combative George Floyd was prior to the knee on the neck. I brought up the drugs in the system.
Hold on, let's stop.
I brought up the criminal history, which were all talked about by the defense in the case.
Okay, hold on. If he's resisting, and at the time he's resisting, a knee is on his neck, we would be having a different conversation. The reason why that is not relevant, and it wasn't relevant in the case, and the jury decided in which they were, is because he wasn't resisting in the 9 minutes.
Well, yes, technically he was no longer resisting because law enforcement was doing something about it. There's two types of resisting. There's resisting with violence and resisting without violence. And the way George Floyd was resisting without violence because he was just making a lot of little bitchy demands. And so Uncle Derek had to take care of business. Jesus. It's windy.
The body cams. Tanisha wasn't resisting. And then it comes out Tanisha actually was resisting. George Floyd wasn't resisting. And then we look at how argumentative, how combative he was with getting in the squad car. He kept saying that I'm claustrophobic. I have anxiety.
The knee was on his neck when he was handcuffed behind his back. And he was
why was it brought up in court?
Because the defense, who lost, tried to come up with the same excuse that you are, is because before that 9 minutes, he was doing this, this, and this. It doesn't matter. What matters is when
it does matter.
No, it doesn't. When not according to our law.
Matter.
That's why he's in jail.
Okay, listen.
Is Brian trying to make the case that it doesn't matter what happens before the cop restrains somebody? It just matters what happens while the cop is restraining? There's a reason that police officer is restraining somebody, Mr. Shapiro, you little ginger fuck.
He said he couldn't breathe long before he was on the ground. So that's the thing. Long before he was on the ground, he said, I can't breathe. So this isn't like something that happened at the 9 minutes. This is something that happened right beforehand.
If somebody is on their stomach and the handcuffs are behind their back and they're not trying to get away, that is never a reasoning to put a knee on somebody's neck.
Maybe it's because they can't leave due to somebody restraining them in the form of law enforcement.
The other officers were of various different races. They only focused on the white guy.
Because of all the officers, the one officer who had the knee on his neck was Derek Chauvin's knee, who happened to be white. By the way, Derek Chauvin also used the N-word at a prior job that he had at a nightclub in describing black
What's
people.
wrong with
Based. I'm just kidding.
I
I use
understand.
the M word all the time.
I understand.
What's wrong with using the M word? I'll be very aggressive in defending my community. I think that I would say it was pretty gay to come out and say, like, oh, you know, he was murdered. I thought that was pretty gay.
Why use a homophobic slur or use the term gay in a negative fashion?
Yeah, shut up, Shapiro. We know you love your homophobic slurs, but I'm not going to break that down because we've gone over that ad nauseum. But yeah, this was just another frustrating look at how Brian Shapiro has become this mega icon by being a literal stupid idiot at debates. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoy the next one. They're painful for me. These are frustrating. I hate them because they're like, hey, make more of those. And the only way I get affirmation in my own life is if I get approval from you. So I guess I'll keep making more. See ya.